Well, for more in-depth analysis, we're joined in the studio by Mr. Zhang Junshu, Vice President of Naval Research Institute of China. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Zhang, what repercussions will the current foreign ministers meeting have on cooperation in Asia?
Well, generally speaking, I think this series of foreign ministers meeting on East Asia cooperation are conducive to peace and stability in this region. Because we know that this series of meetings ignored or refused some countries, especially the Philippines, so-called proposals concerning the South China Sea issue. China and most of the ASEAN countries agree that the South China Sea issue should be addressed by countries directly concerned through consultations and negotiations. And we can see that at these series meetings, peace, cooperation and development remained the main theme of these meetings. And at the China-ASEAN ministerial meeting, the Chinese side put forward 12 initiatives on 3 fronts to strengthen the China-ASEAN relationship. These 3 fronts are political, regional, and maritime cooperation front. On the maritime cooperation front, China suggested the designation of 2015 as the China-ASEAN Maritime Cooperation Year, and China will strengthen cooperation with ASEAN countries in areas such as marine economy, marine connectivity, maritime safety, as well as cultural and people-to-people exchanges. And most of the ASEAN countries agreed with China in promoting the China-ASEAN relations.
Now, the Philippines once again brought up the South China Sea issue. Why do you think that is? What do you think they're trying to achieve by bringing that up?
Well, this is not the first time the Philippines has made trouble and put forward the so-called proposals on the South China Sea issue. Actually, they are playing up the South China Sea issue and want to get some benefit from playing up this issue. And we think that the Philippines' actions have broken its own promise in signing the DOC, the Declaration of Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea, in 2002. The DOC stipulates that all parties concerned should seek to resolve the dispute peacefully through consultations and negotiations, and all parties should refrain from taking actions that could escalate and complicate the situation. But the Philippines have broken or have violated the principles and the spirit of the DOC by sending the proposal which calls for international arbitration instead of negotiations between the parties. And actually, the Philippines has asked for international arbitration over the South China Sea issue. And furthermore, the Philippines has taken actions that have escalated the situation. In 2012, the Philippines sent its naval warships to harass and threaten the Chinese fishermen in the waters of Huangyan Island, which belongs to China. And also, the Philippines has grounded its tank landing ship on the Ren Reef, which belongs to China. So we hope the Philippines will stop making further provocations against China and return to the proper path of negotiations with China.
All right, Mr. Zhang Junshu, thanks very much for joining us today.